No matter what happens to this game, you can't leave him open like that. Are you serious?
He has 19 in the first half.
Leaving him open. That is all about it. It is the Kelly Show.
On ACC Live, breakdown. A performance so good, Coach K called it one for the ages. Duke and Carolina clash this Saturday. They both appeared to be at their best. JR Reid previews the game. Plus, we are down to 4. See which ones are a step closer to being named the best dunk in ACC history. ACC Live breakdown begins now. Welcome to ACC Live. Mondays mean breakdown. I'm Jeff Fischel with the great JR Reid. Great weekend of ACC hoops. But JR, what about the return of the White Raven, Ryan Kelly?
Unbelievable, Jeff. We all knew he was going to bring a big boost to Duke when he got back to the court, but we did not know it was going to be this much.
Fantastic. Duke lost to UVA without Kelly, beats Miami with him, and I tweeted this out. Can you name a top 5 team ever to lose to an unranked team but deserves to move up in the rankings? Clearly with Kelly, this team is going to be incredibly tough to beat. If the new rankings come out before the show's over, we will get those to you. We'll have more on Ryan Kelly and that Duke win coming up. Also, voting is closed on the quarterfinals of Dunkuary. We are down to 4 dunks. Which one will you decide is the greatest in ACC history? Let's get to that bracket and a huge upset. We're talking like as if Princeton had beaten Georgetown. Vince Carter goes down, the #1 seed, gone. Jeff Teague beats him.
Wow.
So it's Jeff Teague versus Ishmael Muhammad. A shocker on one half of the
Oh,
draw.
that's almost blasphemous that Vince Carter can't get to the final round, man.
The other half, you see it there, Michael Jordan versus Mustafa Farrakhan. Mustafa Farrakhan, the 15 seed, he's our Cinderella. Wake Forest fans clearly rallying around Jeff Teague, the dunk, the 9th seed in our Dunkuary tournament. It was 2009 versus Maryland over Dave Neal.
Oh, little fellas always look better on dunks, and you always look better when you're jumping in a big man's chest, like
Pound
right
the
there.
chest. And very similar dunk from the same side of the court. Ishmael Muhammad, again going over Engin Atzer.
Physical freak. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. As he jumps on top of an NC State's neck. Oh, man, fix your jersey. But that is a nasty dunk. This guy used to bring so much energy to Georgia Tech with plays like this.
Now, Teague pulled out the win over Carter, beating him by about 500 votes or so. But the question is, can Teague do it again? Teague versus Ishmael Muhammad. What would be your pick?
I don't know, Jeff. That is just the one. You know, I like the contact. So I like it when he's sitting on the guy's neck. That's as much contact as you can get.
So that's one half the bracket. The other semi, Jordan, our Cinderella, unbelievable Mustafa Farrakhan. First he beat Dante Jones doing push-ups, and then Len Bias. But here's Jordan rocking the cradle.
Oh, I don't know if he can beat 2 legends. I don't know. This is the dunk. Every basketball player had that picture on their wall.
So that's Jordan, the 3 seed. And again, like I said, going up against our 15 seed, clearly Mustafa Farrakhan didn't give enough respect from me going into the brackets. But this dunk right here is into the semis.
Ooh, that is a nasty one. And there's the contact I like. And get out. Get down or lay down. That's what I like. But he's going against the legend, but he'll probably give good effort.
He just advanced against the legend, against Len Bias. Now, Len Bias, the dunk that was in our bracket, a reverse jam over Warren Martin in a classic game, leading the upset over #1 North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Fans didn't care. History didn't matter. JR and I shaking our heads.
Yeah.
But Len Bias goes down. Now, Mustafa Farrakhan goes against Michael Jordan. Can he bring another upset and take down his airness?
I think that might be his only upset. I don't think he's going to beat his airness in North Carolina. Not with that cradle dunk. That's one of his most famous.
So Teague versus Muhammad, Jordan versus Farrakhan. To vote, go to the ACC.com/Dunkuary. Click on one of the semifinal matchups. Watch the dunks. Vote for the one you think should advance to the final. Then you automatically get prompted to go to the other semifinal. Watch those dunks. Vote on that one too. We announce the finalists on Thursday. Remember, you are helping to decide the greatest dunk in ACC history. And you can vote more than once. Vote early, vote often. Clearly, Wake Forest fans figured that out. Virginia fans figuring it out. And remember, you can also click on, there's a Facebook button there, so you can tell your friends you've been voting, and they should too. The ACC.com/Dunkuary. Now, Saturday at Cameron, Ryan Kelly was the hero. He played for the first time since January 8th and scored 36 points. Even with his incredible performance, Miami, JR, still had 2 chances in the final seconds from three-point range to tie it.
Oh, they did. Now, right here, he had a timeout. Coach L didn't burn it. got 2 great looks from 2 good outside shooters that just wouldn't go down for him.
79-76 the final. Quickly, what do you think of the decision to not call a timeout?
Well, you know, in hindsight now that he missed 2 looks, we
Right,
can
of
always
course.
say, yeah, he had a timeout to burn. But he went with his veteran team. They were shooting well. He decided to stick with them, let them go without the timeout. And I think I can live with that if Coach Hale can do it because he's a fabulous coach.
Okay, let's talk about Ryan Kelly. Okay, he's not in game shape, right? They adjusted the offense all those weeks without him. It shouldn't be that easy to step right in and do that against the top 5 team.
Jeff, I've got to see the security cameras over at Duke because I think this guy had been practicing this week. He came in, like you said, sitting out several months, coming back when his team needed him, and he got it done. He just came out with a fire, missed his first shot, but knocked his next one down. But here, I could hit these, Jeff, if you're going to leave Ryan Kelly this open. These were the best shooters in the nation.
He's shooting 56%
Wow.
from three-point range this season,
Wow.
and he got left open again and again.
Again and again. Coach L, I know they prepared, Coach Larinaga prepared for him, but I think they forgot. Here they were trying to stop the post-up play of Plumlee, and bam, there's another 3 off of blown coverage. And just, you've got to realize when you've got a shooter like him on the court, you've got a guard who's not even really making a penetrating dribble right here. Kaji's got to be there. That's just a lapse of judgment, and leaving the guy open like that is going to burn you.
And look at what Coach K was getting from the 4 spot without Ryan Kelly in those 13 games. Just 5 points, 3.5 boards. And then what Kelly did Saturday, 36-7.
It's almost as funny. It is a joke, but this Duke team is so much better when Ryan Kelly is on the court.
That was just one of the games from a great weekend of ACC hoops. Let's do a little ACC weekend rewind and start with the Maryland roller coaster ride. The Terps win one on the road at Wake.
Oh, yeah. Des Wells was fabulous. 23 points, 11 for 12 field goals against Wake Forest, ruining the Chris Paul night in retirement there. Good win for them.
That's right. Eric Green, a big game in the Hokies win over Clemson.
Oh, yeah. Eric Green, senior night, and they got more of this from the little fellow. Threes, 29 points, but also C.J. Barksdale played well. The 4th game he's done so for Virginia
He's been
Tech.
very good. JR, you have to be proud of the Tar Heels right now. Another solid win.
Oh, absolutely. James Michael McAdoo with a big 21, and again, Reggie Bullock with 20. The small ball is paying dividends. These guys are running, shooting, and really got out for Florida State early.
UVA coming off the upset to Duke, loses to Boston College.
Well, I'll tell you what, Boston College is going to beat everyone that Duke has just lost to Duke. This team is really fired up. Joe Rohan has been shooting the ball very well. It gets them a 5th win.
And then North Carolina State, a good road win in Atlanta.
Well, every win for NC State right now is a good one. Richard Howell was fabulous in the first half with 18 points, and then C.J. Leslie took over in the second half. I'm hopeful that these guys have got some of those bumps behind them and get a good series of wins going into the tournament.
Jared, let's get back to Carolina for just a second. The Tar Heels have now won 5 in a row. Their only conference losses to Duke, Miami, UVA, North Carolina State. They're good teams, no shame in any of those. This team is playing, I'd say, as near to its potential as any team in the conference.
Well, Jeff, we talked about it a little bit early on in the season. This Carolina team was going to be better the later in the year that we looked at them. And Carolina now with this small ball has really seemed to turn the corner, and they're getting after people.
Tough week at Wednesday, Maryland, and then closing out the regular season Saturday at home against Duke. And coming up, we break that one down. Duke won by 5 3 weeks ago at Cameron. A lot has changed for both teams since then.
Out with the old and in with the delicious. Commit to bold taste with the new Flavor Resolutions menu at Ruby Tuesday. 10 entrees starting at $9.99. Try our savory barbecue brushed ribs and bacon wrapped shrimp. Or take it up a notch by adding coconut crusted shrimp to our mango salsa topped Caribbean chicken. Plus, enjoy our endless garden bar, free with any chef inspired entree. Ruby Tuesday. It's all good here. Start the new year with savings. Visit rubytuesday.com today for a $5 coupon.
What's better, bigger or smaller?
Bigger!
So which would you rather have, a big treehouse or a small treehouse?
If it's big enough, you can have a disco. Oh, yeah.
Why do you not want a smaller treehouse?
Because it wouldn't be able to fit a flat screen TV, and then the TV would be about this big, and you would have to hold the wire. In the position you would hold the wire, you wouldn't be able to see the TV.
That's a pain in the buns.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not complicated. Bigger is better, and AT&T has the nation's largest 4G network.
The ACC Digital Network, the ultimate video destination for ACC fans. Exclusive highlights, live streaming games and original live programming, unique access to the student athletes of our time and the legendary voices of all time. Defining moments, personal stories, incredible analysis from authentic ACC sources, cutting-edge content from the leaders in the digital space. The ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Good afternoon, Chase Sapphire. This is Stacy from Springfield.
Oh,
hello.
Yes, I didn't realize you'd be talking to an actual person.
You don't need to press 0. I'm here.
Reach a person, not a prompt, whenever you call Chase Sapphire.
This dunk of the day brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
Johnson moves it well. Kaji down the lane to slam it.
Right down the gun of the defense. A little jam city. Not going to get many better than that, man. They're jumping down there in Miami. LeBron just jumped out of his seat. Dwayne Wade just jumped out of his seat.
Start the new year with savings. Visit RubyTuesday.com to get $5 off 2 entrees.
Welcome back to ACC Live Breakdown. With me, as always, on the Breakdown shows, former North Carolina and NBA great JR Reid. I am Jeff Shell. That was our dunk of the day, Kenny Kaji. We want you to choose the best dunk in ACC history. We're down to 4. Vote on our semifinals. Go to the ACC.com/Dunkuary. It is Jeff Teague versus Ishmael Muhammad and Michael Jordan versus Mustafa Farrakhan. Again, vote on both semis at the ACC.com/Dunkuary. 3 of the top 4 seeds, they've been knocked out. Michael Jordan, the top seed remaining. It's a wide open last 4. Hey, you decide. The best dunk in ACC history. How can you pass that up? By the way, I'm getting news right now. The new poll is out. The new college basketball poll is out. Gonzaga is your new number 1 in the country. Indiana falls to 2 after the loss to Minnesota earlier last week. Duke stays at number 3. Remember, the Blue Devils lost to Virginia, so that could have dropped them, but then they turned right around and beat Miami, so the Blue Devils stay at number 3. Miami falls 1 spot from 5 to 6. I'd say that's pretty fair. You lose 3 points in Cameron. There's no shame in that.
That's right.
So Duke 3, Miami 6 in the new AP poll. All right, let's get right to the weekly menu. 2 games tomorrow. BC off that nice win over UVA at Clemson. Duke at home against Virginia Tech. 3 games Wednesday, JR, the Tar Heels at Maryland.
Oh, this game has big implications for the Tar Heels to get the first round bye in ACC tournament, and Maryland's trying to keep dancing in March to get into the big show.
Miami at home against Georgia Tech. Senior night for the Wolfpack, a farewell for Scott Wood and Richard Howell. Then Thursday, Virginia at Florida State. And then on Saturday, Duke, North Carolina. It's a classic. It's the greatest rivalry in college basketball. We've seen so many incredible moments. This season, it's round 2. 3 weeks ago, the Blue Devils got a win at home, 73-68. Now the Tar Heels are at home. The smaller lineup, they keep getting better. Of course, now with Ryan Kelly back, Duke is getting bigger. The implications are huge. Duke fighting for a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Carolina was once a bubble team, but now a win could put them back in the top 25. JR, what is the key matchup for you on the floor?
Wow, the key matchup for me is going to be P.J. Harrison and Ryan Kelly. These 2 forwards play vital roles on both of their team. Ryan Kelly's trying to get back in shape, and P.J. Harrison is trying to find his way now as a starter in the Carolina lineup. But right here, we're going to get a chance to take a look at some of the things that they're going to be doing. Ryan Kelly getting to the hole, spot up 3, terrific free throw shooter as well, but he just takes so much pressure off of that Duke lineup when he is on the court.
And P.J. Harrison, a very similar kind of player. He's obviously not as tall as Ryan Kelly, but similar game, right?
Absolutely. Instant offense when he's been on the bench. Coach Roy Williams has been a little hesitant in pulling that trigger, putting him in his starting lineup, but he did, and it's been paying great dividends.
And I like what you call him. He's 6'5", playing
Thor.
A Thor.
Thor, half 3, half 4. He's a Thor. So we've got the White Raven and Thor going at it. Can't wait.
There's another matchup I know you like in this one, Duke going against Carolina. It's Reggie Bullock against Seth Curry.
Oh, absolutely. Seth Curry is going to be playing on tilt. Didn't have his best shooting game out last outing, so look for him to really get it going and look for his 3-point shot.
I think the other really fascinating matchup now with Carolina going with the smaller lineup, right, is James Michael McAdoo. Now essentially the center having to go against Mason Plumlee.
Yes, absolutely. He's going to have to be banging in there with Big Mason, who's got some girth and little size on him. But for Carolina to win and have an opportunity to win, they've got to rebound. And Duke has not been a very good rebounding team all season long, even when Ryan Kelly was in the lineup early in the year. So they've got to try to control the boards as well.
All right, let's do some other stories from around the conference. It's time for the ACC Now, an incredibly emotional emotional day yesterday for Boston College. Before the game, longtime sports information director Dick Kelly was honored with the Courage Award from the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. Kelly was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease 2 years ago. After BC won, the players all went over to Kelly to celebrate and make sure he was part of the win. A great move, a classy move. Nicely done, Eagles. The ACC Women's Hoops Tournament is this weekend in Greensboro. Duke is the #1 seed. They're your regular season champs. Maryland is the 2 seed. Carolina's 3. They were both 14-4 in the league and tied in so many different tiebreakers it finally came down to a coin flip. Florida State is the 4 seed. Miami is 5. The Canes are the 1 conference team to beat Duke this season. They could meet in the semis. The 6 seed is Virginia. The Cavs probably need a couple of wins to be a bubble team. Georgia Tech the 7. Remember, that was a Sweet 16 team last year, the Sunday. The championship game is Sunday at 2 on ESPN2. And baseball, hey, you've got to talk about 3 ACC teams that can't be beat, won't be beat. #1, Carolina. #6, Florida State. #19, Virginia. All with great weekends. They're all still undefeated. The Tar Heels went 3-0 at the Astros College Classic in Houston. The Noles swept Villanova. And how about the Cavs 4-0, winning 2 apiece from Bucknell and Harvard? And that is the ACC now. All right, let's bring back JR. It's time for JR's ACC basketball power rankings. Let's take a look at what he has 1 through 12. And we see a change at the top. First time in a while, it's not Miami. Now you have Duke.
Absolutely. Duke deserves to be on top. They're playing well, and they've got Brian Kelly back, so that's really going to give them a big boost.
That's a good explanation for having Duke #1. Miami 2. Now, is there one team you look at that when we get to Greensboro in a couple weeks could stop us from seeing a Duke-Miami final?
Oh, you've got to go with North Carolina and Virginia. Virginia with that stingy defense that they play. They've got to try to get things rolling right here going into the tournament because they need a good showing in order to get into the big dance.
I love the variety of game styles we have in the ACC. You talk about the 2 teams that could challenge Duke-Miami. You have Carolina, which likes to get up and down. It's all about the offense. And then you have Virginia at 4, which is all about defense, packing it in.
Absolutely.
With Tony Bennett. Tomorrow on ACC Live, Kelly Nash is with me for the Trending Show. We highlight the stories ACC fans are buzzing about. And remember, vote for the greatest dunk in ACC history. We're down to 4. Jeff Teague, Ishmael Muhammad, Michael Jordan, Mustafa Farrakhan. theacc.com/Dunkuary. And remember, the new poll is out. Duke is 3, Miami 6. Thanks for watching ACC Live on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.